You ready to go? Love me, say you're gonna love me. Don't leave me out on the floor. I'm saying, oh, oh, oh. Don't tell me no. Oh, oh, oh. It's my little boy. Hey, boy. Hey, yay, yay. Hey! God damn it. Good Lord Almighty. Them boys be fighting. Where'd I put the thingamajig? It ain't a proper stream if I don't forget the word for something. And I had it earlier. Where'd it go? Oh, that's gonna bug the fuck out of me. Oh, there it is. It's my busted up little door hanger thingy. It lets people know when I'm on air, even though there's no one in the house who's awake right now. Besides me. Well, and the cats, maybe. Although Stormer is asleep. Okay. There we go. There we go. Guts to get me one of my flavored toothpicks. Okay. Now, last stream, we're cutting in and out and in and out and in and out, left and right on the all the vertical platform or horizontal platforms. Twitch, Livespace, Trovo, all that. But Twitter did fine. Twitter did just fine. I want to go and find some stories, but I really need to be not doing the thing. Oh! There we go. There! There I am. To fucking go and get my sleep up. Good God. I could not find a map of places where I could get my words. I can't words. You know what I mean. Of course you know what I mean. There's no one here. Okay, there's a train. Maybe if I follow the train tracks. The road. Okay. Okay, we dropped 25% frames over the last 2 minutes. Cool. One warning. Okay. Only one drop frame warning. I see a grown story! I can do my shitty southern accent! Hell yes! Oh, hey. You wander the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. I'd look for some work. Miraculously, you're one of the first people in line when the factory's doors open. You join a crowd of people streaming through the machine room towards the back when the door... Folks in the front ranks recoil. To do! Grab 'em, shouts the foreman, passing out nets. They're harmless. The remaining workers get over their fear and start scooping up snakes by the netful. The beasts hiss pathetically. You dump them into the chute and their far wall. This better pay well. In the corner and watch you all with enormous suspicion. It's then that you glance out a window and notice a fading logo on the sign outside. Thanks. Ow! Maybe I don't slap myself in the tit? You know what? I'm gonna undo thing and try just doing the horizontal output. Maybe. Because things ain't getting good. Okay, alright, okay, we is back. Yeah, because it looks like just about every 2 minutes we were dropping frames. Okay, hopefully, let's get going. There we go. I got me a growed story coming up here. Okay. Listen to this, blurts a little boy loitering outside the grocery store. He works his way through a long and strange story about the boy who lives wild in the woods with the bones of his father. There, he finishes. What do you think? Wait a minute! Holy shit! You know this story. It's the story of the boy whose shiftless father left him alone in the woods, but wildly altered. For a couple moments, you're too surprised to respond. Seriously, the boy insists. What do you think about that one? It's a great story. He smiles sheepishly. Thanks, he says. I heard it from my brother.
Bang! The screen door clangs in the wind. Downstairs, you hear low murmurs. The wind again? Or voices? You were sure this house was deserted. In the living room, two young women are entwined atop a sleeping bag. One has her hands tangled in the other's bright red hair.
I can't believe we've found another haunted house.
The red-haired girl laughs. A floorboard creaks under your feet.
Is it a ghost?
One yells.
I'm not a ghost.
The red-haired girl is jumped up between you and her companion, but relaxes her stance at your words.
Well, if you're talking, you probably aren't a ghost.
The blonde says. The red-haired girl looks to her, and then back towards you.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
The other girl draws up straight,
We
emphasizing the word.
are having an adventure.
The red-haired girl squeezes her hand. She turns back to her companion, her eyes shining. Your presence goes unnoticed as the two resume their hushed conversation.
Please. Boy, looking at the levels of that volume on there, I'm gonna have to do a little thingamajig. There we go.
Timber! You hear the splintering crack of old growth breaking. A tall, broad man looms in the clearing. He casts a shadow almost as long as the trees. A handful of other men gaze at him with admiration. A slate blue bull stands to the side, slowly chewing on a patch of grass.
Wait! Paul Bunyan and Babe, they're a Minnesotan thing. I mean, Paul Bunyan's supposed to be a bit more than just tall. He's supposed to be a pretty damn fucking, yeah. I mean, he's supposed to be a man. I mean, one of our projects in math class back in like grade school, we had to pick an item. We had to make it Paul Bunyan's scale. We had to make it the size for Paul Bunyan. So we had to scale it right the fuck up. If you're having to scale items so that a man can use them, you have to scale up items like multiple exponentially.
God damn! Shouts the second largest man, scratches his beard. Come on, stranger, give it a shot. Try your arm against old Paul here.
Wait, I
He
forget it.
gestures to an axe lying atop a jagged stump. A couple laughs flow through the crowd.
This whole game is about stories growing into urban legends. Oh my god. But seriously, why is this going on in Idaho? Paul Bunyan's a Minnesotan thing.
You strike out at a reedy spruce. The axe thwacks into the trunk and roots there. You wrench it out and swing again. Your rhythm is shattered by wood splintering. Your opponent has just cut through two thick evergreens growing close together in one fluid movement. Thwack, thunk, thwack. The huge lumberjack is cutting a circle around you, barely stopping to let one tree fall before he strikes another. The bearded man shakes his head, watching with amusement. Another lumberjack claps him on the shoulder. At last, your tree falls. The bearded man steps forward and shakes your hand. Don't feel bad. No one can match him. I'm not even sure he's human. He looks at the woodcutter, now scratching the ox's ears. You gave it your best. That counts for something.
Oakley dokley's artichokleys.
A plank has been precariously raised as a tiny jetty over a creek, cutting its way through the woods. She's dressed in a simple baby blue dress of the same cloth as her daughter's. Both are bent at the waist, staring into the clear water.
I'm trying to figure out just how the daughter is bent. I am very confused by what's happening with the daughter right over here. Like, are those feet? Fuck, it almost looks like she's got a fucking cow udder there. So lost. As to what the fuck I am looking at with the daughter here. The mom makes perfect sense. The daughter? What the fuck is happening with this?
It fell somewhere in here. It can't have gotten far.
She has the rocky voice of a distraught person who's unused to being distraught.
Hey, you!
She runs toward you, looking through displaced locks of wavy black hair.
Do you see my ring down there in the water?
Your eyes scan the bottom of the water, looking for a glint of metal among the moving shimmers of tiny, silver-scaled fish. You reach down into the water, gingerly grasping a narrow band of gold.
Oh, Lord, thank you so much.
She beams, all but stepping into the water to take it from you.
If you hadn't come around, I'd have lost my grandmother's ring. The ring's magical.
The young girl blurts out. Her mother gives her a mock stern look, as though the daughter has just given away a big secret.
You drop it in the river, and it grants a wish.
The mother laughs, shaking the water from her hair.
Why, I wished a stranger would roll into town with some stories.
My story grew! A story! Which story? Which story grew? Which my stories growed? This farmer's loitering beside a couple crates of berries, idly watching the clouds go by. Waiting for the pickup, he said, trying to make small talk. Hey, you want to hear a wild story? He starts telling you about a witch girl and her kitten familiars. It takes a couple minutes, but suddenly you recognize it's a story about the girl with a basket of kittens. Whoever told it to the farmer changed, well, a lot, but it's still pretty good. Where'd you hear that story? Oh, I can't remember, he says. I think I've known it for years, since I was a boy for sure. That can't be right. I leave him with his tale. You thank him for his story and start to mosey off down the road. Keep cool, friend, he calls after you. Stormer, hi! It's my Stormer baby! Oh, I scratch your belly. I scratch your belly. You're such a pretty girl. Hell, I should get a Stormer cam just so you can all see. She's normally just sleeping in her beanbag chair, but oh, you are tired, little baby. You are tired, baby, with such a squishy belly. So squish, squish, squish. Oh, you hear the girl chirp and chirp and chirp. Oh. Excusez-moi. Yeah, I haven't had any issues now that I stopped doing vertical. Or stopped doing dual output. Which is wonderful. It also sucks, because I paid for that pack of dual stuff for vertical output.
The inn is the only respite from the rain outside. Enormous trees dwarf even the largest buildings and homes here, and the inn is no exception. But you find its interior as dark as the forest outside.
Excuse
No
me.
one is behind the bar. The quiet of the night is broken by the sound of glass crashing into the floor. A huge black tomcat, its coat taking on a moonlit sheen, laps experimentally at the high-proof hooch that it just spilled.
Ooh, drunken kitty.
You try to lean over the cat to pet it, but something about the malevolent way he stares at you gives you pause. The beast pads into a darkened doorway, entering the back room.
Oh my
of the
god,
inn.
Tobias Reaper Woo. here. You want human affection? You get human affection. Come here. Come here, babe. My little baby. Here, just sit on my lap. Sit on the woman's lap. You're good. You're good. It's good. You're good. Can't figure out what you're trying. What are you doing, bud? You be nice. You be nice to Stormer. You get all snuggly. Yeah, you'll be a good noodle. Be a good noodle boy.
You light a match to see by in the darkness, but you still nearly trip on her. A woman, presumably the
Really,
landlady,
Tobias?
her eyes gone glassy and foggy. And on her chest is that damned cat, snout to her face, sucking in the air from her dead lungs.
Come here. Here. Why don't you have snuggles on the bed? There's a nice warm blanket and soft pillow, and even a Pilates for you. So stop being so whiny. Here we go. Yeah, just snuggle. Just snuggle, snuggle. Oh yeah, I got a nice shot of my big ass. Oh, hey. Just relax. Just have us some sleeps. There we go. You making biscuits over there? Needing that blanket? There we go. He's good. He a finicky motherfucker, though. Wanna make some cash? This woman asks. She's balancing a box of bread and lettuce on her head. You help her grill hot sandwiches in a tent at the edge of the county fair. Her work is easy as hell. She pays you decent money, too. Okay. Tobias. Tobias Reaper. Can you tell I like Hitman? It's not like, I mean, I got the guy's briefcase all right behind. It's one of like the few things you can actually see in my room is his briefcase is right over my shoulder. And my cat's name is Tobias Reaper. So, if you couldn't tell, I like Hitman a lot. I fucking love 47. Okay, I'm gonna head west. How's your city? Oh, that's Boise. Oregon. Is Portland the capital? I mean, we already know not all capitals here have,
A weathered man unties a
Stop.
fishing boat from its mooring.
You heading out to fish? Can rent you a boat if you like. The lake's well stocked, but
He isn't smiling anymore.
Oh, okay, Stormer. You want out? That's what I thought.
There's a
man.
monster in the lake. Locals say it's the biggest trout ever to live. But they're wrong. It's not a fish. Something else. And I'm going to be the one to catch it.
Oh, don't tell me it's Nessie. 'Cause that's... Loch Ness Monster is fucking... I want to say Scotland? I can't... this is embarrassing. I can't remember if Loch Ness... If Nessie is... I know, I'm pretty damn sure that is... That's gotta be Scotland. I mean, there was... Cause in cause there was Monster High at Lorna McNessie. Okay, I got to look this up. Excuse me. Loch Ness Monster, Scotland. Fucking knew it. I mother fucking knew it was Scotland. Thank you, Monster High. Yep, thanks, Monster High.
The water is clear and glassy as you paddle along the lake. The fisherman's out in the middle of the lake. A throng is gathered on the dock. The breeze carries snatches of their conversation towards you, punctuation against the rhythmic slosh of ripples against the wood. You reel in several fish quite quickly. Fat, glistening trout flop around in the bottom of your boat. A sharp tug on the line threatens to topple your boat, but whatever's nibbling lets go almost immediately. Suddenly, you hear a splash and a burst of laughter from the dock.
Okay. What direction am I going? I was gonna go west. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Sit up straight, be a good little girl. Make sure you're quiet and well behaved. Dress me in lace, place my head with the crown. Make me thin till I'm turning blue. Paint my nails pink and lavender. Dress that's insane. Fuck, I need to sleep again. Of course. God forbid I find somewhere to stop and get some food and rest. One of my stories has grown, but I really need to get some rest. I'll have to follow this back, but I had some way to like direct you or something, because I mean you've got when you stop moving, you have like the compass, or you know that, you got the compass, whatever. It tells you which way you're facing, it tells you the directions. They should have something that like points you to where the nearest city is that you can go to and eat. That seems like a pretty basic feature to have. Almighty. If only they had like more food that I could have like that would have given me sleep points. I see something floating there. Oh, is there a San Francisco? Fuck yes. Oh. All a fucking dream. Oh, am I gonna have to walk around to get there? I'm guessing I'm gonna have to. That's the one thing with this game is it's just so fucking tedious to walk around. Oh. Oh, I got an entire money for that. Oh, hell yes. Oh, wait. My health's gone down. That's good.
The creature looms in an evergreen clearing, blood spattered around its maw, one enormous paw still buried in the flesh of the man sprawled beneath it. The grizzly spots you. Even at this distance, you can see its yellowed fangs. Slowly, deliberately, it begins to advance on you. A knot in the trunk gives you a handhold, and you haul yourself up to the safety of the branches. The grizzly circles your tree several times, but makes no move to climb it. Eventually satisfied you pose no threat, it wanders off.
Good, thank God. I get the feeling it would have probably taken some of my health if I had not climbed, but... Yeah, to my knowledge, bears are not particularly good at Ursology? Would the study of bears be Ursology? Nope. I didn't think so. What is the study? No, not stubby. Personology. Oh, I was so close. I was so fucking close. I cannot believe I was that. I'm astonished. I'm proud of myself for that. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for that. Arsenology. I was one syllable off.
You are alone with the dead man. Beneath the terror of his final expression lurks surprise. The bear will return, or else the crows will take him. He belongs to the earth now. A branch snaps. Your pulse jumps. The forest does not want you here.
God, I am proud of myself on being that close. I feel good about that.
The Chinook salmon,
Not gonna
having
lie.
come to the end of its journey, is a grotesque beast. A great curved hump on its back, and that deformed hook of a jaw. The raven perched on it is unusually large, with a fat tuft of black feathers wrapped round its neck like a mane.
Okay, now we gotta know what a Chinook salmon actually looks like. Fuck me. I mean, yeah, it's a bit odd looking, but God, you don't have to be so shitty to it. I realize it's a dead fictional fish, but I mean, come on. Don't have to insult it like that. Whatever happened to not speaking ill of the dead?
With one practiced peck, it strikes at the salmon's blurred eye and pops it like a grape snapping open under your teeth. After tasting the fluid inside, it turns toward you, beady black eyes glinting in dying sunlight.
You want some?
Oh, I can only say no
I can't
or
eat
hell
this all
no.
by myself. Suit yourself.
It steadies itself on the carcass, and some of the uric smell wafts over to you.
Don't look a gift eyeball in the mouth's what I always say.
Its voice is throaty and rough, fittingly.
What are you here for, if not the salmon? People stories, huh?
It tries to preen a stray feather back into place, but it only ends up more crooked.
What's so great about people? You should collect raven stories. Much better. Well, this one's a secret.
It flaps its wings and flies towards you, perching on your shoulder.
You see, there once was this raven who liked to...
And then, instead of finishing his thought, he just snaps at your eye with that sharp needle of a beak. You flinch and close your eyes instinctively, losing your balance and taking an ungainly fall onto the soft sand of the riverbed.
Ha!
Cries the raven, once again perched on the dead salmon.
People always fall for it. You should have seen your face.
You motherfucker.
Fog fills the margins of redwoods, vanishing their high crowns. A strong musk, reminiscent of a gasoline spill, makes your eyes water. Behind distant sets of trees, a titanic silhouette lurches past. Broken lines of blood blotch the stranger's footprints. You come upon a maimed elk whose sundered antlers have left behind patches of exposed tissue. The sediment-covered corpse seems to have been dragged some considerable distance. The silhouette of the stranger looms at the edge of visible forest. You feel the weight of their eyes upon you. The stranger doesn't respond. They turn and walk into the fog.
Let's go back along this road. The preacher watches you with an odd look. Suspicion? Pity? He beckons you into the church and starts counting cash out of the donation box. Hush, he says, trying to silence your thanks. He piles the coins into your hand. You look like you need it more than we do. See, that's the thing. You know, you got these little spots marked with an X. And those are places, you know, you can go to get money. They don't have places you can go to get just, I don't know, food. Shit like that.
For hours now, you've seen it circling overhead. Its wings cutting across the sliver of sky you can see framed by the crowns of vast redwoods. But it's gotten closer. The cry that echoed from afar now seems dangerously near.
There it is.
And suddenly, the eagle swoops down, claws splayed before it, wings spreading into a crescent of knife-sharp feathers. It dives at you like a bomber biplane, body contracting into a bullet racing groundward. You tell yourself you won't flinch. Something soft and incredibly fast brushes against your face. When you open your eyes, the eagle is climbing toward the sky already. A little forest mouse caught in one claw, wrinkled tail flapping in the wind.
I haven't seen a campfire in a while.
An old woman watches as you approach her bench.
"Oh, aren't you a good-looking one?"
She says. A broad smile creases her face.
"This is an excellent spot. Everyone passes me eventually."
She pats the seat beside her.
"Join me for a moment."
She rests her head against your shoulder, as if you were old companions.
"Look."
She runs a hand down your arm, points across a field to a lone tree silhouetted against the skyline.
"I think of myself as like that tree.
She glances at
Strong, healthy, alone. I've seen that field filled with plants and ravaged by fire. The trees outlasted everything."
She giggles, strangely childlike.
"I've had 3 lovers. 2 men, 1 woman. Outlived them all. I don't grieve. Each one brought me joy, and each death brought someone else to comfort me."
She sits up straight, shifts to face you. The tilt of her head is coquettish.
"Would you let me kiss you?"
Oh, sure.
The kiss she plants on you is soft and brief. It would have seemed chaste were it not for the grin of mischief that crosses her face.
Yeah, that'll bring you good luck. And me, sweet dreams.
She bursts into laughter at your expression and shoos you on your way.
Okay. Trying all these places to get money, but I don't need money right now. I wish you could have more than 2 money on you.
Outside this restaurant, a middle-aged man in a suit and a full clown makeup is gobbling down a sandwich. 2 tracks of silent tears have carved furrows through his makeup. He gulps hard. Tears start up at the corner of his eyes again. I'm gonna work for a traveling show.
Performing in a circus, are we?
No, that's the problem. He pulls you into a drunken, one-armed hug and whispers, "He would only hire me as the manager of the clowns." His eyes are wild and unfocused. And God, these tears are real. I'm not good enough to perform, but they'll let me push paper.
Well, perhaps one of your, clown friends might have a little accident. Their show's traveling. They're on the road. There's plenty of things that could happen. You never know.
That's not the point, he cries. Run away with the circus, they say. Run away? I've got 3 kids. I can't take chances. I need real pay. He seizes you by the collar. Never agree to do something you hate, he says. If you get too good at it, you'll never do the things you love.
Well then.
This dapper little peddler shifts restlessly from foot to foot beside his cart, wringing his hands and glancing around as if he's in some kind of mild agony.
Hey,
He calls, holding up a quarter.
I gotta piss. Will you watch my stuff for a minute?
Sure thing.
He flips you a quarter and hurries off down the road. 5 minutes later, he still hasn't returned, but a whole crowd is marching toward you from the other direction. They start shoving and screaming at you. The man grabs you by the arm. You working with them? He shows you 6 tiny, bloody teeth in the palm of his hand. My daughter's dying! You show them the quarter and point them off down the road. And thank goodness they believe you. Most rush off after the peddler, but 5 or 6 stay behind to kick the cart over and stomp everything to pieces.
Hey, I didn't tell you to go that way. Ah, great. Low on sleep again. Got to walk back to San Francisco.
The wind nearly tears the farmhouse door off its frame. Somebody left this place quick. Didn't take much with them. Dense books, tin kitchenware, broken ceramic, all scattered like a tornado hit. Just out front, an iron pot hangs over a stamped-out campfire. Under the lid, game and potatoes in a congealed broth. Leftovers, but plenty for one, and no older than a day or 2.
That is so fucking tempting, but I feel like that's gonna get me sick. And it's
Nobody
gonna kill me.
lived long going around eating strange food. You climb onto a cotton mattress loaded down with warm quilts, elevated by a wood bed frame. Luxuries. As you drift off, the wind pulls the door open. The sharp, drawn-out creak, creak, creak forces you wide awake. A faint sound. Some wild animal? Just the wind? A voice? The same sound, repeated. A word. Talipo. 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 The open door frames the partial silhouette of a ragged creature. Inside your head, somebody else's words ring out in your own voice. Talipo, Talipo, who has my Talipo? Some heaviness presses down upon your chest. In front of you, 2 green orbs, followed by a smell foul as the grave. Yes, you have. You wake up in a pile of debris. Wood boards, roof tiles, broken furniture. Whole farmhouse must have come down. Long scratches cover your arms and legs, still red and raw.
This is so stupid. I haven't seen a campfire in ages. I'm just having to follow this stupid road. There's San Francisco. I didn't even get all that far. Oh, that's the first meet. I haven't just gone in search for the last 2 cities, have I? I've been so concerned with getting... No, wait, that's not it's not it yet. Damn it. I don't know how many monies I have right now. But I feel like that should have restored my health. I mean, really. I should have restored my sleep.
Your knees make a nasty cracking sound with every step. Wandering this infernal city of steep hills takes its toll. Just over the crest of one hill, you find a stopped truck. Yang Chow, fresh fruit and vegetables. It's laden with colorful produce.
You know anything about engines?
Asks a man, obscured by the raised triangular hood of the truck.
I can pretend I do.
You come around next to him. One glance tells you that there's nothing obviously wrong with the engine, but there's smoke coming from somewhere deep behind and beneath it. The gearbox, maybe.
Ah, never mind.
He just slams down the hood of the truck, wisps of smoke leaking out of it. He sits on the edge of the truck bed. You get a good look at him. He's tall, well built, fans himself with his Panama hat.
Sent my brother over to get a real mechanic, but... well, I can barely keep this running as it is. Wish I still had a farm.
He sighs theatrically, surprising himself with his own easy honesty.
Sam Liang, landless, broke truck driver. Dad would have been proud. Well, it was my name on the deed. Had to be. But it was Father who bought it.
He shrugs, eyes fixed on a horizon you can't see.
You already know what happened, don't you? Same thing that happens to everyone's farm. Had to. It was either the farm or the truck. I could keep growing them, or I could keep selling them.
Okay, I passed a money-making place. I'll go over there. Getting real tired of just walking this thing here. I wonder if you can stop in Vegas. At some point I'll head over there, but... There we go, there's the money-making place. At least that's what I'm thinking the X means. Yes! Okay. No, fuck it. I'm gonna go this way. I know I have a grown story over there. Oh, there's another money-making place there. That is good to know. Yeah, why is that X and not like, you know, a dollar sign or something? That would make more sense. feel like there should be more than just places where you can stop and get money. There's another money place. Jesus. There should also be places where you can just like get your rest up or your health. Is that a grown story or is that a... I think that's just a regular story, not a grown one, but I can still.
The old man sits by the roadside. A post protrudes from the dirt. A mismatched set of horseshoes tethered to the top with colorful string. I wish I knew where it went, he mutters. He glances up and startles. I know you. We've met before, haven't we? I know you. He stands, triumph in his smile. It's been 50 years, but I'd recognize you anywhere, General. He fingers his lips. There's a jolt as your palms meet. The sky grows dark. A faceless crowd gathers, a hodgepodge of uniforms and insignia. The old man smiles. Years melt from him. And then you said... The response leaps from your tongue. This is for your bravery. There's a medal in your hand. He grins, salutes. The horde around you falls, 100 spectral soldiers dropping into the dirt. You step back. The darkness recedes, and the world is as it was. But the old man still wears the medal. Well, how about that? Thank you, stranger.
Okay then. Do I see a fire? A campfire over there? I think I do. There's a grown story. Oh, there is a campfire. Yes. Just a second, and I will. The waitress at this diner is sharing an outlandish tale with one of the regulars. I heard it from my sister-in-law, she says. It happened to her daughter's friend. It's true. She notices you listening. Hey, have you heard this one before? Which one? She regales you with a story about a mysterious woman preaching the gospel to all who would listen. Halfway through, you realize it's the story of the mysterious woman who wanted to go to church, but highly embellished. What do you think about that? The waitress exclaimed. It's an interesting tale. Sure is, she agrees. And true. Every word of it. Just a second. I keep excusing myself and saying, just a second, wait. There's no one here. I don't know why I'm saying that. go.
Folks wilt out of every car window, smoking cigarettes and jeering at the quiet crowd gathered outside the train. You spot the detectives by their shirts, buttoned so tight the fabric bites into their necks. Seems this ride's been stalled some time now. A passenger leans out of a stairwell.
This ain't the station, traveler. This train won't take you nowhere anyhow. Guy fell out of the car into the wheels. Folks talking murder, but I've had my heart broken. Probably some drunk took a tumble.
The man sighs and fans himself with the checkered tip of his tie.
Just a little. Used to think rail travel had it all. Damsels tied to tracks, murder mysteries, armed robberies, adventure.
The man shakes his head.
Mostly, some jobless fella dives into the cow catcher. Yeah, well, life ain't like the pictures. That's what my pop says. Boy, sure wish somebody would wring his neck.
The man drops his tie and glares at you.
Say, what's your line of work, friend?
What, I'm just gonna walk away as soon as he asks that question? That's shitty of me. I'm meeting a lot
hey
of women
there.
lately.
What's happening, stranger? Pull up a seat if you want to share. I guess my deal is pretty clear. You probably see 100 long-haired, bangle-wearing freaks on the road every day. We're the only ones still hitching around, I guess. Bummer, because this is a beautiful place when you take the time to smell the flowers, huh? You know, I'd love to hear a really good, scary story. Oh man, that's really good. Good and scary, I mean. Choice? My parents chose to support that war. Sending their kids over to die and worse, to kill. Burning and slashing and shooting. So, got any good, hopeful stories? Anything about what the world should be? Oh, that's a good one. You gotta tell me more about those folks sometime. My past. Well, my parents didn't abuse me or anything. We just disagreed. We still do. I mean, I assume. So anyway, got any good ghost stories? Anything scary or weird?
Oh, of course I do, kid.
Oh, wow, that's scary stuff. You are really good at
I've
telling
gotten
these.
everyone right so far, motherfucker.
Faith. Oh, I had it. A certain kind, anyway. I knew there had to be something else out there. Love, peace, and most of all, understanding. Somewhere there were people who thought the way I did, and they'd take me in and we'd live in beautiful harmony together. Anyway, you got any good hopeful stories about the world becoming a better place? Oh, that's good.
Ow!
I'll share that one when I get back home.
Yes. Yes.
My family? Well, they were just normal, you dig? Real Pleasant Valley Sunday squares. Voted for Nixon, hated the commies. But in the same way everyone did. So anyway, got any good ghost stories? Anything scary or weird?
You are being so good with me, lady.
Oh, wow, that's scary stuff.
Yes.
You are really good at telling these.
Yes. Motherfucking yes. Ugh.
My travels. Well, I've been on the road a while now, but I didn't get to travel as a kid. Not really. We moved a bit when my dad was in the army, but all base towns are pretty much the same. The first time I left was to go to the Haight. Well, there it is. And I feel like I've been doing all the talking. But the sun's coming up soon, so I gotta get ready to go. Heard some interesting stuff about a group of folks getting by up this way. And where are you going? What's your deal, Seeker? What's the future hold for you?
Ooh, another one of my stories growed. Come on. Okay. Starts telling you the story. He starts telling you about the bottomless lake of clean water. It takes a couple minutes, but suddenly you recognize it is the story about the winged goat by pristine water. Whoever told him to the farmer changed, well, a lot, but it's still pretty good. Where'd you hear that story? Oh, I can't remember, he says. I've known it for years. Since I was a boy, for sure. That can't be right. Bullshit! His laughter rings down the dusty road. You're a good joker. I'll give you that. Across this river. So I think I see another campfire over there. And there's Seattle. Good, good, good! what other one of my stories grew. Beautiful. This bar is crowded with people from every walk of life. Businessmen, young men in muddy overalls, and a crowd of girls in slinky dresses, preparing their blood alcohol content for a night on the town. But it's the squat, sharp-eyed man in the fedora who catches your attention. He launches into a wild story about the ghastly legend of Ichabod Crane. Halfway through, he stops, recognizing the look on your face. You know this one? You tell him the story about the headless Hessian of Sleepy Hollow. That's it. I think I like mine more. It's more exciting, sure. So that's why I'll keep telling it my way. He says, let's get another round and do a competitive test on the other folks here, shall we? By the end of the night, the whole bar agrees. The new version is better. It might be because your new friend bought them all drinks. I'm gonna just check on my stats. Okay. Shit.
On top of a hillside boxcar, 4 men in sailors' clothes fix their eyes on the distant waterfront, where a crowd of hundreds clashes with uniformed cops. From this far, the sound resembles some loud, tenacious animal. After a while of silence, one of the men responds. You notice his bruised eye.
Waiting on the police to deal with those strikers so we can get back to work.
The man clenches his fists.
Hey, mind your damn business. One of those bastards dragged me off the pier and...
The police open fire into the crowd. As the shots ring out, the character of the sound changes altogether into terror and pain.
Hell, fuck this. Bye. No point dying for a day's work.
The man crawls to the edge of the boxcar and hops off. The sound of gunfire continues all across the port, but the dense picket line remains unbroken.
You see me here? You think you know me?
No, I don't. I've never seen you before. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. If this is supposed to be your nipple, then what the fuck is this? Are these supposed to be popcorn tattooed on you? Okay, I see the mermaids. Also, why are you just flashing me a titty? I don't need to see that.
I didn't start out in the gutter. I was raised right. Mama taught me to read off the Bible. But I'd save up my nickels for the collection plate and buy story rags instead. That smell of wood and paper. Anyhow, you got any stories that end looking up? I miss those hopeful ones.
I'll tell you about the brothers.
Well, that one sure makes me smile.
For a moment, I thought this was supposed to be his knee, and he just had his bare leg and had something draped over his bare leg, and I thought he was trying to show me a bit more than I needed to be
Family
saying.
wasn't all hard. My mama caught me reading once, but she just told my daddy I was out playing. She loved me, she did. But you tell me, what's the wildest thing you've seen on the roads out here? Anything good and exciting?
Exciting. I want to see Quinn again. I don't know if this counts. You wanted something exciting.
My
There we
blood's
go.
pumping. That's the kind I used to like as a boy.
Cool.
Well, we're talking about the rules. My daddy hated those rags. He whipped me good. Told me hard work's the only way to survive in this world. No use living in my head.
My head, I see you all over me in my head. You fulfill my fantasy in my head.
So I miss them blood-pounding adventure stories. You got any like that?
I don't know if this counts.
Ooh, tell
does.
another like that and you
Nothing
could
to
write
it
a
so
good
good
rag.
today. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Our home. We lived in a little house in town, but the fields were never too far away. When my daddy'd run me out of the house, I'd beat it out to those fields and play cowboys and Injuns, or jump from a tree like a flyboy. So I miss them blood-pounding adventure stories. You got any like that?
Oh, I think I do. Maybe, possibly, potential. Trying to put this. There we go. I got it around my ankle. Oh, that's what I was trying to do. Oh. See, exciting, exciting. I don't know if this one counts as exciting.
My daddy said those stories aren't like the world really is. He was right.
Well, damn.
My future. I didn't know then, but my future was all spelled out in those rags. But you tell me, what's the wildest thing you've seen on the roads out here? Anything good and exciting?
Anything good and exciting. I'll tell him about the kid. Maybe it'll remind him of himself or something.
That's the kind of adventure that sticks with you.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Travel? Those rags showed me everything travel could be. They took me all over the world. I sailed up the Nile in Egypt. I seen the Statue of Liberty and all those folks coming to America. All of it. My daddy wanted me to quit reading them rags. Said it kept me from hard work. Got his wish, but he didn't get hard work instead. Anyway, I'm headed out this way when the sun comes up. I like your tales. Hope we cross paths again.
There's another campfire. One of my stories grew. Oh, yay. Come on. The waitress at this diner is sharing an outlandish tale with one of her regulars. I heard it from my sister-in-law. She says it happened to her daughter's friend. It's true. She notices you listening. Hey, have you heard this one before? She regales you with a story about the talking seagulls who tell fishermen where to find the best catch. Halfway through, you realize that it's the story about the fisherman and his fish calling seagulls, but highly embellished. What do you think about that? The waitress exclaims. It's an interesting tale. Sure is, she agrees, and true. Every word of it. There's a couple things over here. It looks like I guess. Right, I have to press the buttons. I have to press F to make them auto walk. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, I know that right now I only have half of money left.
This boy is capable of some intimidating eye contact. He holds your gaze long enough to make you squirm, and then mercifully breaks the silence. Do you like riddles? He has a dull voice. Lovely and round, he says. Oh, he's jumping straight into it, huh? I shine with pale light. I am grown in the darkness. I'm a lady's delight. What am I?
Is it a pearl? I am going to guess. His pearls are shiny, and they're round, and they're lovely, and they grow inside of oysters. So, and they are often put on jewelry. So, I'm gonna guess
No,
pearl.
not a fish, idiot. So much for your prize. He softly pats the pocket of his overalls, oozing smugness. Apologies, Bartleby, he says, as some shape writhes inside the denim pocket. You have not bought your freedom today.
Come on. It was a pearl, clearly. He didn't even give me the option to give the correct answer. Even though I knew it, it was quite obvious. Motherfucker. Okay. Here we go, I've got some more monies.
They move through the streets like a wave of raucous, joyful noise, with their eyes wandering wildly. You get the sense that those particular children, all dressed in uniform winter coats, don't get out much. You wave a friendly greeting at the group, and soon they surround you.
You have any candy?
Asks a frog-headed moppet.
Have you traveled far?
Inquires a patchwork cloth girl.
Now, be polite. Leave the traveler alone.
The teacher's voice is gentle but firm. You get the sense that she's more like her pupils than she lets on. You don't have any candy, but you do have stories from the road. You find a rapt audience in this pack of strange beasts. When the teacher finally tugs them along, you know your legend must have grown several sizes.
I see these like smears and like those gray, brown splotches on the screen, and I keep thinking, so Stormer, as I've mentioned before, has something of a permanent cold. It will never go away. She will have it for her entire life. And so my entire house is just covered in snot from her. That includes my computer screen. So I see these brown splotches on the screen, in the image, and I keep thinking that's Stormer snot, honestly. And I keep wanting to wipe it away. I keep thinking, oh god, my screen is dirtier than I thought. But no. Poor baby Stormer girl. I love my little baby. And if I ever find the cunt who shot her, I swear to God, I will. They're licking my walls clean. Just who the fuck does that? Who the fuck just shoots up a poor innocent animal? Like, it's not a case of someone who's trying to scare her off or anything. It's a case of some heartless cunt just fucking shot her 5 or 6 times with a BB. Well, this was before we got her, but she was shot 5 or 6 times with a BB. And in order for the life-saving rhinoplasty to be performed, they had to take out her left eye. Perfectly functional left eye. But one of the BBs is fused with her skull and cannot be removed. There's also a BB that is under the skin behind her ear that you can feel. You can push it around. But yeah. She will always have respiratory issues. And it's just... whoever the fuck did is a fucking monster. Absolute fucking monster. And I love that baby girl to death. I do.
The pup is a skinny thing, but its eyes are bright, its fur is shiny, and its tail thumps the ground eagerly at your approach. It won't come at your call. Instead, looks around as if worried that acknowledging you would mean betraying another. The dog isn't tied up or injured. Must be well trained to sit so patiently. With a noise between a huff and a bark, it bounces to its feet when a small boy comes into sight. The child is ill-dressed and dirty, and grinning like a fiend.
Lion, you're so good.
He shrugs.
Dunno, really. Wherever our feet take us.
He scratches Lion's chin. The dog quivers with pleasure.
Lion's a circus dog. I was thinking about finding him a town, trying to earn money showing his tricks, but I don't think he'd be happy.
The boy inflates with pride.
All right, he won't get shy as there's just us.
He turns to Lion and looks deep into the dog's eyes.
Lion, please will you find me a hat? Lion can fetch anything. He understands lots of words.
The boy shrugs.
Mainly he fetches stuff I can sell. It's a living. We never take anything important.
His expression is guilty, but not repentant. The boy grins. Barking announces the return of Lion. He's got a fedora on his head. It's tilted rakishly. The dog scampers to its owner, who transfers the hat from Lion's head to his own.
Isn't he good? We'll get by. There's nothing we can't do together.
Okay, we gotta get some sleeps. Let's head back to the nearest city. God, I hate doing this. It's so fucking tedious. I might just try and like sit down and have just a long stream sometime in the next like couple days because I am so fucking tired of this game taking so fucking long. Like, I don't even know what the end point of the game is at this point. I mean, I can't even remember what the furry told me I needed to do. There, I'll stop by that little place for some story, and then I will go to the little thingamajig. Oh, wait, one of my stories grew, I forgot. The waitress at this diner is sharp as... Fuck, it's gonna be this one again. She regales you with a story about the brothers who sought one another for 50 years, and their spirits still search today. Halfway through, you realize that it's the story of the two brothers who wandered seeking one another for 50 years, but highly embellished. What do you think about that? The waitress claims. It's an interesting tale.
The man wears a fine cotton suit, clean as a whistle. Like the dust and dirt of travel just don't stick. Could I have a moment, traveler? A kindness for your fellow man. As you draw closer to him, a vibrant fragrance enriches your nostrils. Notes of jasmine, citrus, and... is that sandalwood? No. Birch tar. Have you seen a jailbird around? Usual black and white stripes. A woman. The man doesn't elaborate much. She has a debt to settle. That's all. I have... Did she now? Hard to find such honest folks in these times. You blink, and the man is no longer there. Your pockets feel heavier.
Beautiful. There's another campfire down that way. Ooh!
Well, hey. Groovy to see you again. I guess I spilled it all about my childhood last time we talked. If you want to hear about the good old days and the hate, I can tell you something about that, maybe. But I want a good story in trade.
Hey. What is that? I gotta look that up. Well, there is a Dr. James W. Haight in Minnesota, family practice physician in West St. Paul. Okay.
I share, you share, dig?
I dig.
Anyway, you got any good hopeful stories about the world becoming a better place?
Oh, fuck. I clicked the wrong one.
What, do you sit around all day making this crap up?
You dumb bitch.
The past. It was come and gone, and it was still all anyone could talk about. I met a lot of people who had lived it, whose memories of that time shone bright and colorful like the summer sky.
Damn it.
That was almost worse than never knowing it was real. So anyway, got any good ghost stories? Anything scary or weird? Huh. I don't get it.
It's a
Traps
ghost
didn't catch
story.
me. I dodged the snare of the hard drugs, thank God. Found someone who gave me grass and acid before I found the ones pushing the pills and the needle. Otherwise, maybe I'd still be there, huddled in a doorway. You know, I'd love to hear a really good scary
Fuck you, bitch.
Oh man, that's really good. Good and scary, I mean. Choice? I thought we were making a choice to really change the way we lived. But maybe the diggers and the free clinic and the psychedelic shop had their values and lived them out. I don't know. Maybe they burned too fierce, and all those flames were snuffed or hidden when I showed up. You know, I'd love to hear a really good, scary story. Come on, don't be a drag. Taking trips. When I got there, it was trips down deep, dark holes. So anyway, got any good ghost stories?
I hate you so much, you dumb bitch. I did so well the first time around with you.
Oh, wow, that's scary stuff. You are really good at telling these. And leaders. No one was in charge anymore. The diggers were gone, the switchboard shut down. Owsley closed up shop, the airplane took off, and the BNs weren't anymore.
Come on, my man. Come on, man. Got these little yogurt soda flavored gum mints. I freaking love them. I love this little teeny tiny mintia mints. Now some of them have like smiley faces on them, some of them don't. But I don't know. Weren't any of
There's
that.
a few lost
handful.
souls wandering like ghosts in the fog. Well, I gotta get going. Well, keep it grooving, friend. Life's short, so you gotta love the time you're given. I'm still sad I missed the summer. And I think I always will be. But I've been trying to find some of that feeling for myself. Trying hard for a long, long while. Look, I'll tell you about it some other time. I'm going this way. Maybe we'll run into each other again.
I keep forgetting I have to click that first. Ooh, I've been to Montana before. 20-hour train ride there.
Following a sinking limestone cliff, you see the fossilized impressions of crustaceans clearly scattered across the stone. Long ago, this place must have been a shallow sea. Then something strange ahead catches your eye.
Made it in the bin.
Leaning against the stone is a figure draped in a black cloth, arms crossed, and with a bull's skull for a head. This ghoulish configuration is about 30 paces away from you, but as far as you can tell, hasn't registered your presence or even moved. You look down at your weathered bones, a curse only you can see. You decide it's best not to be judgmental. You tentatively announce yourself to the figure. "Hey,
Hey!
Well, Mama's
He
back
calls
from her
back
doctor's appointment.
in a voice much kinder and softer than you were expecting.
You weren't even a little bit frightened, were you? I bet I look
The figure shuffles uncomfortably in its garb.
so stupid.
It sighs, reaching up to remove the skull. Behind the mask of bone is a shawl-wrapped young woman, mid-teens and tall for her age.
I ruined my dress with this dark dye, too. Mom's gonna whoop me bad, I bet. I keep destroying them, but does she stop making me wear them? No.
Turning the skull to face herself, she mimics what you assume is her family.
Act like a decent lady, Suze. Oh, don't lose your head, Suze.
She pauses, adding quietly,
But it's what it feels like. You ever been so close to someone it was like they were a part of you? Losing them would be like losing an arm or head.
She punctuates her statement by waving the skull around.
How would you like it if someone ripped off your head?
She asks, hurling the skull as far as she can for emphasis.
Maddie?
The girl says, kicking at the dirt.
She's my best friend.
The girl pauses again. Tears are welling up in her bright eyes.
I love her. And she moved away with her family. Gone up north. I'll never see her again. What? No!
She balks.
I mean, what's the point?
You suggest that writing letters is a way to keep Maddie in her life. At this point, there's not much to lose. The girl considers this for a moment and pulls out a pen and paper from her satchel. Over the next hour, she works on the letter, writing and rewriting, pausing frequently to regale you with another of Sue's and Maddie's adventures. Under the bridge, the haunted house, the Civil War bullet they found. Finally, she seems.
That'd be great.
She beams.
I better go back and get washed up for supper. Maybe hide this dress.
She hands you the letter and a few coins.
This is to say thank you. And also for postage.
Yeah, I think if we add this to the time where I was briefly streaming earlier before I switched over to only doing a single output, I think we've had a good 2 hours here. I should be getting ready to go to bed. But, hopefully I'll be back sometime in the next, maybe like tomorrow or something for a few hours. But, until then... There we go. Still figuring out the hotkeys. Until then, auf Wiedersehen, meine Freunde. I am still not Tony. Or a knight.